So how many vehicles do you want to deliver next year, 2021?
We're supply constrained for a very long time. Currently, with the orders we have, people will be in queue far longer than we'd like. So we had originally planned on a ramp up that had, excess demand, massive supply constraints through 2023. We're now in the process of working to accelerate launch and accelerate ramp up, so that we can get customers their vehicles more quickly. But in terms of exact numbers, we haven't announced numbers for production or for pre-orders.
You've set out the specs and pricing for your launch generation of vehicles, but you've also teased ahead to a base model that's going to come later with a more modest 250 miles of range. What is that base model? Why start with a more expensive, higher spec offering and then later bring a base model to market?
What we have is different customers say, well, why don't you launch this one with the base version? Others say, why don't you launch the biggest pack first? And the challenge is in launching a production system is managing complexity. So what we ended up deciding to do was to make our launch edition what we call our large pack, our 300-mile plus pack. And we felt that covered the broadest set of customers. And then following that, we launched our larger pack. And then following that, we launched the smaller pack. And essentially between the three of those, we really fully cover the full demand curve. So folks that are looking for something in the 250 plus range and wanting to spend less money, and then also those that want the 400 plus miles. And that will take some time to build out that full portfolio. Again, just dealing with and managing the complexity of launching multiple variants within the plan.
So I think by this point, consumers, people out there are pretty familiar with what the R1T and the R1S looks like. But how can I buy one of these? Talk to me about what Rivian's plan is for sales, for retail, and also for servicing, keeping these vehicles on the roads and running.
Yeah, we've mostly talked about the product, as you said. We haven't really talked about all the things that have to sit, behind the product to support it. Everything from delivery to retail to financing, insurance, and then very importantly, service. So as we speak, we're building out a very large service network. We'll have 41 service centers, service locations in 2021. Along with that, a vast majority of our service will actually be done with mobile service, meaning we'll come to your house, we'll come to your place of work, and we can fix the vehicle there. And that's we estimate that's over 80% of service activity. So there's a large fleet of mobile service vans being built as well. And along with that, we're building out our charging infrastructure and what we call our Rivian Adventure Network. And essentially, the goal of that is to make it seamless, to make it easy to go anywhere, whether that is going out to the mountains for the weekend or driving from Northern California to Southern California. We want to make those types of trips really sort of thoughtless. You don't have to worry about how you're going to charge it, where you're going to charge it. And for that reason, we took the decision to vertically build a charging solution and then a network in-house.
So how does that work in practice? Talk to me about how I would charge my vehicle on the go under the system that you guys are looking at.
Well, first, we're using a charging standard that's common with essentially all vehicles. It's called the CCS standard. So this allows the vehicles to use other third-party networks, and there's a number of them. But our feeling is that the value of creating our own CCS network is that we can really ensure the customer experience, payments platform, availability, charging speed, the ability to reserve charging slots or know the vehicle knows it needs to be charged in those locations, makes it really seamless. So if you're driving from the Bay Area to Tahoe, along the way you'd stop, you'd pull in, you pull the charger out, you plug it in the car, and the rest takes care of itself. You're not worried about payments. You're not worried about connecting with the charger, making it. It's just very simple. It plugs right in.